a lot of the times this happens when the person is genuinely losing interest or genuinely stopped liking them. And now all of a sudden, once they stop liking them, they want them. And you're like, dude, I don't want you no more. Chick, girl, I don't want you no more. But it's only because now you're allowing them to feel insecure in your presence. When you like someone, this is something that you don't do. You really don't. Honestly, you just don't. You start doing this, you start doing exactly what I said once you mentally check out. Once you say, you know what, I gotta break up with this person, but I don't know how to tell them. So in the next few days, weeks, or months, you start being there, but you're not really there. Like your body's there, but your mind is not. And they're gonna notice it. Yeah, and you're gonna notice them doing more. The person who was cold all of a sudden is the warm one. That's just how that works. So the key to this is, like I said, just be honest with them. Don't lie about your exes. Yeah, if you know, don't lie about it. If you usually date girls, like for example, like an example is if you usually date girls with big butts and she doesn't have big butts, a big butt is, that's an example, right? A lot of the times a guy will hide his preferences because he doesn't want to offend her, and vice versa, right? And she's dating a guy, she dates black guys, and now she's dating Bob the programmer. Maybe she won't tell him that she dates black guys, right? But one of the things that happens when you don't like the person is that you are more comfortable revealing those things. Honestly, you're more comfortable because you don't give a fuck what they think. And this is why it's so hard to pinpoint why is it that the people we want don't want us back and vice versa. It's because the things that you do when you don't want the person are so subtle that you can't really, it's almost like you're acting the same, but you don't know what you're doing different. What's going on is that there's a pattern that's happening. There's a pattern that you're not aware of. And it's this, is that when you like someone, you're actually just you're less honest with them in terms of the things that could hurt them. You sort of cradle them and protect them from the truth. And this happens with me. Like if somebody leaves the dishes dirty or somebody leaves my apartment dirty, part of me won't tell them. As you know, got to be more confrontational. But every time that I've dated a girl that she called me out on my bullshit, it always made me feel insecure. And that insecurity always led me to see her differently in a positive light. Always does. It just always does. It always does. You know? So that's why you shouldn't be afraid. Call them out. You don't have to lie to people and manipulate them. Call them out on their bullshit. You know, if they're always late, say that. You let them know. Have a conversations. Have conversations. In the first few months, you gotta have conversations with people. Tough conversations. Because you're always gonna encounter friction. And if you don't call it out, you're sending a sign of weakness. You have to have those conversations. They only bring you power. They only make them like you more. And if they don't, and if they get offended, or if they don't want to talk and have those conversations, then that's your cue to leave. Because this is not gonna get any better. It's not like all of a sudden they're gonna want to have a conversation.
And this is the thing. If you use the strategy and they don't notice you're pulling away, or they don't notice that now you're not as enthusiastic, or that they don't respond to your coldness with extra warmth, it just means that they don't care enough to pay attention. They feel that your absence does not make them feel insecure, and that's your cue. That tells you that they don't care. Like when somebody genuinely loves you and values you, at almost any unpredictable act that you do instills terror in their minds. Instills terror, because it's almost like losing a loved one. Like they genuinely love you, and your unpredictable nature like tortures them inside. And so that's why these strategies reveal what's inside.
And this is how you do it, right? This insecurity is always there. When they stop loving you, you'll notice the insecurity goes out the window. and they start acting in a more distant way that just creates a sense of anxiety inside of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you do it, people. This is something that happens naturally, and all we're doing is that we're stopping the natural process because we don't want to hurt their feelings. We don't want them to feel bad. Don't give a fuck. If you have to offend them because they always leave the dishes dirty, let them know. An example was like I had a classmate named Brad in art school, and this shows you the difference in my personality, right? We had like our tissues to clean the brushes, and they kept using his. And I remember the second day of class, he was like, guys, don't use my brush. I mean, don't use my paper towels no more. Go get your own. He told the whole class that. And we were like, holy shit. But I remember the sensation that I felt was that now I want to, it made me act nicer towards him because I now know he has that side. So you're a little bit more cautious around him. And this extra caution, if you really observe the feeling of it, it's almost like your emotions are more nimble. It's almost like your emotions are more shakeable. You could shake it's like there's almost like a fear of triggering that side of him. And it's felt in the desire to, rather than trigger that more nasty side, I want to trigger that happy side. And you could see how that insecurity makes me treat them with respect a little bit more because I don't want to see that nasty side of them because I know there's a nicer side. But then when that happens to me, personally, I don't mind, honestly. It's in my personality to give people stuff, you know what I'm saying? But if I was in his position, I would not tell people that. I would not, you know? Like, I would keep it to myself. It would be good if I did, though, right? And then it just shows you my own insecurities. But the truth is, human nature, people don't push you away because of that. In fact, they respect you more. It's the complete opposite. Your emotions tell you and give you the illusion that it's the opposite. But the truth is, if you actually observe your experience, if somebody does it to you, you'll notice that you're actually more receptive to them. Just people, man. I didn't make people, man. That's how people are. Anyways, if you guys want to learn more about this, you guys can work with me one-on-one to get one-on-one coaching, okay? And I'll see you guys later. All right, if you guys enjoy these videos about stoicism, dating, relationships, self-help, moving up in life, I would recommend you guys check out some of my courses that I have for sale. These courses are courses for men and women. For example, Nice Girl, Nice Guy is a course about how to become more assertive. Natural Chemistry is a course for women that I have on how to develop strong relationships. Dark Game is a controversial course that I have for guys on how to attract women in their life and keep it. It's not as dark as it seems, but we do talk about some dark psychology in here. Psychological Game of Attraction is a course that we made for women who are single. And as you see, we have a course about how to develop charisma, emotional mastery, which is a course about how to develop a meditation practice and how to improve your emotional life, to become more resilient, to not let rejection hit you so hard, to be able to bounce back from failure. I have a course called Nice Guy, which is a course for guys who are single and guys who want to be able to develop more assertiveness training, right? Most of these courses come at $99. And there you could also purchase the bundle where you guys can purchase all of the courses in one go at a discounted rate, right? We have a bundle for women and a bundle for men. So click in the description down below to check them out. You could browse around and see the courses that you like. And if you don't like them, you guys can ask for a 30-day money-back guarantee, and I'll give you guys the money back, okay? And in fact, we actually have a new one for women right now we're developing. It's called The Feminine Woman. So if you're a woman watching, this course is specifically to help women become more feminine, to embrace their feminine while embracing their masculine energy. And I'm actually going to make a course for that, like that for men, which is called the Masculine Man, which is a course on how to develop masculinity and develop masculine energy, to attract women in your life, to attract business success in your life, to be able to be better socializing, to read people better. It's truly an all-around course. So if you guys want to check out those courses, click on the description down below where it says purchase the courses, and I'll see you guys inside. Bye-bye.